Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the official team rating video for the upcoming return of the Patriot Football League for the 18th season. This league will feature a brand new tabletop game that was invented and designed by my business partner and game design partner, Del Branham. Del Branham, for those of you who may or may not know, owned the Columbia Coolers in the Patriot Football League for its entire history. So we return to games in the year 2037 featuring the founding teams plus one expansion team. These are all teams that were originally in the very first league ever, or the first season ever, including an expansion team that joined in the 2022 season. So, without further ado, and you might recognize some of these names, these are players carried over from the last season, which was played in Grid Zone. This is 11-man football, so of course I had to add fullbacks, tight ends. I had to have punters, place kickers, as a grid ball did not have those plays. And of course I had to add the extra safeties and DTs. Okay, so here's what a team will look like, and now we need to rate. So we're going to go with the first team on the board, San Francisco. We need to roll a D12 to find out, go ahead and shrink this down. Let's find out what kind of offense these guys have, right? So here we go. We're going to roll a D12, and what we're looking for is really an 11 or 12 would be the best offense in the game. So let's find out. I don't know why it flipped over to that. Oh, San Fran, you dogs. They're going to end up with a D8 offense. Man, that's too bad. That's the worst offense you can have. Let's see if they can do okay on defense. You want to roll above a 2. No, San Fran. I think San Fran's welcome to 11-man football. Got to start all over. Their offense is a D8. And you'll learn more about this game as I debut it. I will be playing games live on the channel, and I will be debuting this brand new tabletop game. I'm telling you, Del is a game designer, like myself. His father was a game designer. But Del's not a huge sports guy, but holy cow, he has come up with a brilliant tabletop football game that I test played yesterday and fell in love with. And it inspired me to go ahead and make a league, and I wanted to do this though with this is a perfect game for the YouTube channel. It's going to be so much fun. Alright, so San Francisco's rated a D8 offense, D4 defense. Okay, let's go on down here. This, by the way, those of you who have been following my channel, we're going to get to John, but John Turnbull owned the Dayton Triangles in this league. I'll be doing his team in a minute. John is the designer and author of Drive Time Football, and he was with the original league. He was there from the beginning to the end as the Dayton Triangles owner. So it's going to be so much fun to see Dayton back on the football field. San Francisco, unfortunate. They did have a fantastic back. They had a really good wide receiver, and they had a great end, and they had a great linebacker. So coming over from the Grid Zone, this team in its history, 24, 23, and 1, they did win a Stars and Stripes trophy in their history. So this is a franchise that unfortunately is going to continue that quality. All right, let's go on down to the next team. The next team is the Mesa Machine. This team is the expansion team, came on in 2022. This team is owned by Keith Elias. Kevin, sorry guys, I can't. Keith, right? The gentleman who found me on Facebook and reintroduced me to my flagship game, Flash Football. So we're bringing his team back. They're in the Mesa Dome. George Cooper. Let's find out what their offense is. Again, you want to roll high in this D12. 6. That's going to give him a 10, a D10. So Mesa's going to have a D10. That's pretty dang good. Now let's find out what this defense is going to look like. Again, you want to roll above a 2 on the defense. Let me get back to that. Okay, we want to roll above a 2 here. 4. Yep. Okay, so they're going to have a solid defense. So basically this is average offense, average defense, right? in their history, they are 20, 26, and 2, and they have never won a title in any version of the Patriot Football League that we did. All right, one of the originals, the Plattsburgh Platypuses. Again, this was a team that was in the league for a long time. I think they were in for 16 of the 17 seasons. I think the last year lost touch with him, or he left the league or something. But the point is, Plattsburgh was around for a long time from the beginning of. So we're back, and they have a great quarterback, and they have a brilliant running back, Agajanian, who was drafted. He kind of floundered. I think he ended up coming onto Plattsburgh as a free agent. And holy cow, Agajanian, the best back in the league. Also, the best receiver, one of the best receivers in the league. They just have never been able to, and Batch, one of the top linebackers in the league, one of the top DBs in the league. This team, 26, 21, and 1, multiple times in the semifinals, and multiple times never won a title. Unbelievable. So here's a chance for them to again, find out what they're about as we continue into the 18th season of this league. 4, 8. Okay, so they're going to be a D10. Again, average, which is fine. You know, you want to be above a D8. All right, you want above a 2 here. Oh, so they're going to be a D4. So unfortunately, Batch and Jones must have aged a little bit, as they're going to, or again, welcome back to traditional 11-man football. Maybe, again, these guys will be fantastic, but maybe it's the other guys they have to recruit to get that roster into 11-man football. Again, these guys have a brilliant history without a championship. Unbelievable. All right, the Columbia Coolers. This is Dell's team. Again, Dell, one of the founding fathers in this league. Won 5, so he's 36, 11, and 1, won 5 titles and 2 Grid Bowl trophies. Columbia's dominated in the early years with their original draft picks and built a team that won, I think, 2 or 3 in a row. Anyway, when we moved over to Grid Zone and started playing Grid Ball, things got tougher. And Columbia still, though, won 2 Grid Ball trophies in that time. So here we go. Let's find out what kind of offense they're going to have. By the way, Franklin holds the league record for the most yardage, the best season in history. He was also the league MVP in our final year. Yes, I kept the history of all of that stuff. DeWellen was a solid back, declined greatly in his last couple of years. DeWellen started brilliant, and then he declined quite a bit. Wamakau and is a solid receiver, and again, he had a great end and a solid pair of cornerbacks. And then Incognalia is his big safety. He's also going to do the punt and kick return duties. And there you have it, folks. 36, 11, and 1. The most successful franchise in Patriot football. Oh, man. History. All right, so let's go ahead and roll, see what kind of offense he's going to have. 6. That's not bad. He's going to have a D10. And, of course, they're famous for having a crushing defense. I think they've always seemed to have either a back or a quarterback that would get the job done. But in their history, for years, their defense dominated the leagues. So let's see what he gets here. Oh, no. Welcome back to 11-man football. It's going to be an interesting season for the Columbia Coolers. Good luck, Dell. All right. The Dayton Triangles. This is John's team. Again, this is the gentleman who invented, designed, and authored the brilliant Drive Time football game that is available free. You can get on his Facebook channel and download his seasons and his game engine and everything. I'm telling you, folks, I shared this video. I've shared that game with the world. And then, fortunately, Dave over at D2D, Digital to Dice, Dave Garner, has been able to debut the game. So it is something you want to get if you're into great historical replay, fast possession-based football games. All right. Last time, John, we were in this league, and it's been a few years, folks, since we played this league. It's been basically in hiatus for a long, long time. Haven't been inspired to bring it back. And this game, in just a couple of play tests yesterday, inspired me to bring it back and to play regularly games on the channel. All right, so the Dayton Triangles. Here we go. Let's find out what John's team's about. And again, he had pulled Bill Cowher out of retirement. And again, we're at year 2037, but you're just going to have to suspend disbelief that Bill Cowher would be 200 years old. He had a solid quarterback. His backs were okay. He did have a brilliant receiver, two brilliant receivers. He also had Oakenford, who I believed had been with him almost, I can't remember how many years Oakenford had been with his team. Swan came on strong. He also had a fantastic backer in Kimbrough. And then two okay DBs. They were 28-19-1 and managed to win a title in their history. So this is a very good franchise. It took years for Dayton to get over the hump. He finally won a title. And boy, was that fun. I'm sorry I lost that channel, lost everything that was on that original channel. Here we go, D12. Oh, he's going to get the D12, so he's going to have the number one offense. And West, by the way, and with those receivers, was a good offense in the last year. Holy cow. So we're going to see there's the top defensive die. Now, can he get that top defense? No, he's going to end up with, so again, this is going to be high scoring. He's going to end up with a D4 defense. Let me double check that, too, yeah. So he's going to end up with a D4 defense. Holy cow. Well, congratulations, John. We're going to see Pest, West, Poole, Cone, Sims, Greenwald, Benaford, Kirby, and Anders getting the job done, I think, for that offense. Holy cow, that was cool. All right, the Northborough Tigers. Again, day one, gentlemen from the Boston area joined the PFL. And this team was one of those teams early on that would be like average, but then they would make a run in the playoffs and win a title. They won 2 titles early in their career. And then, unfortunately, things just dropped off. They ended up 15-33. Unfortunately, one of the worst records in the league, but they won 2 titles in the first, I think, 6 years, or 5 years. So that's pretty cool. Let's find out what they're going to be about as we return to traditional football. 8, they're going to be a D10. That's not bad. Let's see what their defense is. They won, and this team was always good defensively. 4, yep, they're going to be a D6. And again, they were running a 3-4 in our early, when we were originally playing 11-man football, they were running a 3-4 defense, and they had, at the time, I can't remember the linebacker, they had a couple of backers that were pretty good. Anyway, here you have it. They're going to be tough. D10, D6. Maybe returning to 11-man football will be what it takes to get the Northborough Tigers back in the winning tradition. Next up is the schedule. So I have made, one of the things that's famous for my league is I have short seasons. So every game counts. You don't get to play 14 games. You don't get to play 15, 16, 18 games. We're playing 5 games or 6 games, and you got to win them. And the top 4 get to play. So this is only a 6-team league. So the top 4 get a shot in a semifinal. And what gives you home field advantage are your points. Your points are scored. If you get a win, you get 2 points. If you get a draw, you get a point. And whoever has the most points in the season gets the number 1 seed. Right. The tiebreak is head-to-head. The second tiebreak is point differential. Third tiebreak is a coin flip. The schedule is reversed of both weeks, and home and away are reversed in the even season. So in the odd years, this is our schedule. In the even years, we just reverse everything. So it's always balanced. And then week 7, we have a commissioner's trophy that determines the number 1 draft pick. So the 2 worst teams get to play. Whoever wins that game gets the number 1 draft pick. Week 8, semifinal playoff. Week 9 is our Stars and Stripes championship. And boy, is it going to be fun to return to the Patriot Football League with a brand new, unique 11-man tabletop football game. Holy cow. Out of the blue, man, Dell sends me an email. You know, Dell's been busy as hell, and we have taken a hiatus after taking 4 years to finish Dark Age of Man. We normally play together every week in an online role-playing group, but I have missed a ton as I've had makeup work and I've been in and out of town, and I took a break during the summer, so unfortunately I haven't even talked to Dell much. All of a sudden, out of the blue, I get an email saying, "Hey man, please beta test and play test my football game." Out of the blue, man. And I start dropping dice, and I'm like, "Holy cow, this is cool!" And anyway, so of course my job in the company as not only a game designer, but I'm also the guy who writes the rules. Dell has, Dell doesn't have the time to sit down and bang out rule books. So my schedule, my job schedule, makes it a little easier for me to work basically full time at home. Uh, um, so I get a lot of time to work on my own games, and of course I can write up the rules and things. So within a few hours, I had typed up the first set of rules, sent them to him. He clarified some things I was doing wrong or I had wrong, and then I spent some of last night typing this up. And now this morning, bright and early, 3:30 in the morning. Again, I am an early riser. How am I so productive? Because I'm up early and I'm in bed early, and I'm always working before normal workday. So anyway, here you have it, folks. I won't share this game in any way until I debut it on the channel in the first game of the year, which will be the Columbia Coolers at the NBT, the Northborough Tigers. It's going to be so much fun to see these guys going at it again. Thank you for watching. This has been a pleasure sharing this. Again, you will see how this game works over the next few days. Hopefully this weekend I'll have a chance to record the first week's games and share them with the world. All right, everybody, have a fantastic weekend. Good day.